I'm officially at the age where I'm not upgrading my phone unless it stops working. I've had the same phone for what feels like 10 years. I don't even know which iPhone I have. I just saw they put out the new iPhones. That new iPhone is so thin, you could break that just by putting it in your pocket. I'm going to go ahead and keep my phone. I think we're at the point where Apple should just stop making so many new phones. They're making multiple new phones every single year, and it's just not worth it. Unfortunately, life does get better when you just shut up and lock in. That's all you have to do, those two things. Be quiet, don't talk to anyone. You don't have to hear anyone's opinions. It doesn't matter. They don't mean anything, and it never ends up helping anyways. And then you just need to lock in. Just stop complaining. Stop talking about it. You're wasting your time. Lock in and shut up. Now, I know this is true, but I'm probably not going to do either of those. I'm definitely not going to shut up. Never cry on a weekend. Cry during work and get paid for your depression. Don't let capitalism win. Remember that next time you clock in or next time you're at the office. Take a paid break and go cry somewhere where no one's around. At least you're getting paid for it. If you waste it on the weekend, you're wasting that free time and you're also not getting paid. Just remember that. You're welcome. I don't rise and shine. I caffeinate and tolerate. I don't understand people that wake up and they're super bubbly, the sun hits them, and all of a sudden they have this glow and they're ready to take on the world and act like everything's great. I can't do that. I drink a coffee, I feel a little bit better, but I'm still upset and I'm not happy, and that 10 minutes of waking up was like 10 hours. I definitely did not rise and shine. There should be a bring your friends to work day so we can actually see what they do all day and meet all the characters from their stories. Can anyone honestly explain what their friends actually do? Like, obviously I know the titles, I know kind of the basics, but I don't know the ins and outs. And I couldn't, if my life depended on it, explain what they do exactly. I don't know what they actually do all day. And I definitely don't actually know what the characters from their stories really look like. And I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. So we should have a bring your friends to work day. And everybody should get behind it. One day of the year, you bring as many friends as you want to work, and they have to actually see what you do. And I think it would be good for everybody. And you'd gain a new appreciation for what your friends do. And you'd also get a face to the people they talk about. Take it personal. At this age, trust me, people know what they're doing. No one this grown is making innocent mistakes anymore. So just start taking it personal and move away from those people. And thank me later. You're welcome. I hate when you leave your phone on the side and it brings up that little evil red clock. Why is that even an option? And why is it red? Like, it's the scariest thing ever, especially it's always at nighttime. It's always when you are going to bed and it just happens to turn sideways. And then you see the scariest clock of all time. Can we change that? Why is that even a thing? It's terrifying. And I want it to go away. It takes so much energy to go inside a Walmart. You need serious strength and prayers just to go through those doors. Even though they're automatic, it still takes a ton of strength to go into it. There's certain food items that I can only get at Walmart that I really like, and I just won't go. So I just suffer. I really can't motivate myself to go into a Walmart. I just don't have the courage or the strength. What's it called when you lock in and crash out at the same time? Like you handle something, but you overreact beforehand and crash out just a little too much. What is that called? Somebody has to know. There has to be a word for it. Let me know. What is it called when you lock in, but you also crash out at the same time? Nobody does enough for me for it to ever be my loss. I literally don't care. Don't ever say your loss. People who say that always act like it's a big power move. And the thing is what am I even losing? Nothing. Half the time I'm putting more effort in anyways, and so it's not even worth it. So sure, my loss. Thanks. Silk is a crazy material. I like your shirt. Thanks. It came from a bug. Like, silk is from a bug. Like a moth. Or maybe something scarier and grosser. I honestly don't know. How do we just treat this like it's normal, like it's cotton or wool or something? It's not. It's from a bug. And the thing is, I don't blame people for wearing it. It's super comfortable. It's smooth. And I guess it is really nice. So who am I to judge, actually? Maybe we can get other materials from other bugs. I hope not. Don't do that. You need to stay up as needlessly late as possible to make the next day as horrible and as hard as possible. You just have to do it. Why would you go to bed at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., or even 11 p.m. when you can go to bed at 2:40 a.m. and you can just suffer in the morning? That extra hour of I should go to sleep is honestly mandatory, and everybody needs to do it. And the worst part is, it's not always enjoyable. Sometimes I'm just laying in bed doom scrolling, watching random videos for hours, just not going to sleep, and not even enjoying what I'm watching. Sometimes I'm just going down a random rabbit hole online, searching different things that come into my brain and then going even deeper into those. And sometimes I'm just watching an old YouTube video that's like 37 minutes long for some reason and has 10 or 15 ads that I can't avoid. It's like I do it to prove that I can survive in chaos and then I can get through it. But realistically, I wake up the next morning, snooze my alarm 10 times, spill coffee on my shirt, and just have a terrible start to the day. So go ahead and go to bed early if you want to. But I'm going to stay up as late as possible for no apparent reason. When your life starts coming together, just keep your mouth shut. Just lock in, focus, and shut up. You don't need to talk about it. You don't want to spoil it. You don't want to ruin it. You don't need to tell people about it because they're going to ruin it. These people are going to come in, they're going to take everything from you, and then you're back at square one. So when you've got it together, you're starting to progress, just lock in. Be quiet. Don't speak. All you need is focus and a quiet mouth. Have you ever tried to help someone and realize they actually like their problems? Like you give them solutions, you give them advice, you give them step-by-step instructions on how to get out of that situation. And they just nod their heads and they're like, no, actually, I just want to keep suffering. I don't want to actually solve this at all. I just wanted to tell you about it. And you'll say things to them like, just block them. You don't need to talk to them. And they'll say, well, what if they want to text me? And you'll say, just leave that job. And they'll say, but I want to complain every single day about it. I don't think they actually want their solutions to be solved. They just want a live studio audience to listen to their problems and just clap at the end of it and give them a reward. They're just complainers. And I can relate to that. I'm a complainer. But I understand when there's a problem. And I do actually want it fixed. They just want the problem to replay, like it's a Netflix series, and you just got to let it happen. So now I just kind of sit back. I understand that. I just let the little toxic issues play out and just watch it like the audience, like they want me to. Because clearly the problem isn't the problem. It's just part of their routine. I'm either going to be quiet or I'm going to take it too far. There's really no in between. And it's honestly dealer's choice. It's up to you. It depends on what you say. Sometimes I'll sit back, I'll be quiet, I'll let you have your thoughts and say what you want. But sometimes you might just say a little too much. And then I'm going to take it a little too far. I can't control it. Okay? And honestly, it's your fault. You should know better. The funniest people I know don't even tell jokes. They just be talking. They're just saying regular things. And it's always the facial expression too. They're always serious when they say it. But somehow I'm dying laughing and everybody around us is laughing too. They're somehow the funniest person in the room without even trying. It's low effort. It's just the way that they deliver things. The tone, the facial expression, what they're talking about. It could be a completely normal thing. It could be they're going to the grocery store and there wasn't bread. And somehow they tell that story or tell a joke about it. And it's like a Netflix stand-up special. Somehow it's the best stand-up any of us have ever seen. Meanwhile, there's people that practice jokes, watch videos, study people, go to comedy shows, and are constantly writing and trying to improve and be good at telling jokes. And they're not funny at all. And they'll say something and it's just cringe. Nobody's laughing. But meanwhile, the guy or girl that just says some random fact or says something with the right delivery, it's just the funniest thing ever. And with those people, you almost are laughing before they even say something. You expect them to be funny. The hardest times that I've laughed in my life was not from a joke that someone set up. It was just from someone that was just talking normal, and they just happened to be the funniest person I know. We literally used to have to write an essay by hand, a concept that's not heard about today or practiced anymore. We used to have to write an outline by hand, write a rough draft, and then write a final draft. You know how tired your hand would get from that? You'd be sharpening that pencil. You'd go through multiple pencils. And then you still might have to write a rewrite of the final draft. It was just ridiculous. And now people, they have it so easy. These students, they get to type on their computer or just use ChatGPT or AI and just have it write the essay for you. So don't ever complain about anything, because just remember, people used to write essays by hand. Welcome to fake fall. Sweaters in the morning, heat stroke by noon. And it's the worst because sweaters, sweatshirts, hoodies, they're the best article of clothing by far. It's not even close. They're my favorite to wear. I think everybody can relate. And so you get excited. It feels like a fall breeze outside. It's slightly cold. It's not hot, but it's not freezing. So you wear a hoodie. You're excited. And then come lunchtime, after work, whenever you go outside later in the day, it is the hottest it has ever possibly been. And you were just set up for failure. And now you have heat stroke. And if you don't have a liquid IV, you're going to have to go to the hospital. It's the worst. I hate fake fall. Can we just get to real fall already? Unfortunately, I cannot give you directions in the city that I've lived in my entire life. And don't ask me the name of any street. Don't ask me what the major highways or freeways are, because I'm not going to know the answer. I can maybe tell you how to get to my house, but only if you come from the couple stores that I know how to drive to without using GPS or directions. It's not even my fault. And honestly, who can even blame me? We have these maps on our phone, and I can just use that to get everywhere.